Okay, here we have an endpoint that is returning all the widgets as an array of widgets, correct? But usually we also want to be able to perhaps just return an individual widget, right? If I know the ID of the widget, then I like to be able to retrieve that, right? Let's move this here. So to do that, right, we can use something similar, right? An API that looks somewhat similar that might be called perhaps, find widget by ID. That if you provide me the widget ID, right? We can maybe iterate over our array and return to you only that one widget. Yes. So we could do something like for widget w in widget list, right? We can check to see that if the widget, if we return the ID, if it's equal to the widget ID, then we're going to return that particular widget. Yes? Otherwise, maybe return null. Okay, return W. Okay, we're returning one widget. Right. So we need to know the widget ID. So how do we get that? Right. So we said that following the RESTful API nomenclature, we would encode it as part of the URL, right? At the end of the URL. Also notice that these URLs, right now, they're ambiguous. Right? If I try to run this, the server will throw an exception saying these two endpoints are ambiguous. They point to the same thing. Right? Which one do you want me to run? Which function? They're not distinct enough. But if I add here something else, then they're distinct. Right? Now what we're going to add here is a placeholder that is going to allow us to pass in a variable at the end of the URL, which we want to be able to parse and then map it to this function, right? This parameter. And there's an annotation for that. It's called path variable, meaning parse a variable from the path, parse this placeholder, and it's called widget ID. So parse the path variable that I named here, right? Parse it, cast it to the right data type, and pass it to me as a parameter in this function. Yes? Now that I have it, I can use it internally as just a regular variable. All right, let's try it out. Let's run it. Right, so if I want just this one, WC, I can now use instead 345 returns just that one object. Make sense? All right.